Hello everybody, welcome to EBINOTTI and today's reading. Today we are going to be doing the new moon readings, and the new moon is currently in Capricorn. We are just about to cross this energy on January 11th if you're watching this when it first comes out. So new moon in Capricorn, it's the first new moon of the winter season. So December 21st, we crossed over the winter solstice into the winter season. And now we are in the first month of winter until January 21st when we cross into the second month of winter. So just finishing up a little bit of that transition energy as we get into this new moon. We're going to be working with the elements today, and we are going to start out with the element of earth, being that it is a earth sign new moon in Capricorn. So with the earth element, we're going to be talking about health. We're going to be talking about wealth. We're going to be talking about home and the vessel, the physical body, and just everything in this physical reality. So the real earthy, tangible things. That's what the earth element is about when you're working with the elements. The root chakra would be the chakra that is most relevant in this. So we're going to be dealing with things like fear surrounding money, everything to do with health. You know, the root chakra really is the basis of, or the beginning of the healthy system when it comes to us interacting with our bodies. We start at the root and we work our way up. And that's just kind of how it goes when you're doing any ascension practices, healing practices. You scan the system from the root up. Okay, so it's a great time to practice Reiki on the self or do any kind of self-healing, whether that's grounding. Even things like salt baths are grounding practices, depending on how you use them. So feel free to, create your own rituals surrounding your health and your wealth, your abundance, your prosperity, and just everything you have in physical alignment. It's not always an easy thing to do. To physically get into alignment, because we have our mentality, we have our emotions, we have exterior forces in our physical reality kind of throwing us left, right, the news, people at work, our family members, our partner, like a lot of things in our physical reality can really toss us off staying in physical alignment. So it's a great practice to just check in with the self all throughout the day and just take a nice deep breath, see how the physical body is doing. And it's an amazing thing when lining up to something like a new moon in Capricorn. So that would be the advice, just fresh out the gate, get grounded, get centered in the body, and check in often. Take a nice deep breath, see how all the systems are functioning within the vessel. And just allow for a little bit of grace in our healing, in our ascension process, in our emotional stability. Even right now, it's one of those times a year where seasonal depression is very effective, or it's affecting us in a big way. We have a beautiful sunny day here in Kitimat, BC, Canada. So I'm loving the blue skies, I'm loving the sunshine, but it does mean it's going to be cold out there. I think they're calling for -20 before the wind chill. So it's a little bit of a trade-off. You get that beautiful sunshine, but it's cold. So appreciating the season, appreciating our own personal timelines. That's a big message for this new moon, is just to appreciate, because when it comes to all of our plans, and it's great, with earth energy to have plans and to have structure and stability, there are many, many things in the world that can disrupt that stability and can completely distract from all of our, really driven thoughts and ambitions and things like that. So just appreciating the time that we're in, surrendering to the things that are out of our control. Okay, and then really appreciating and taking responsibility for the things that are in our control. If we are unhappy, if we are struggling with something, to just sit in it, with the self. It's a great time because Capricorn is it is the oldest earth sign. It's got a maturity to it that I think is really useful this time of year. So in January, when we're in Capricorn season, we can really get rooted in some of our biggest issues that have come up through the previous year. So it's a great time for reflection. as well. Okay. And, you know, if you need that support system, of course, it's always good to reach out and be with people that understand you, respect you, care for you deeply, and, you know, have the wherewithal to deal with you right now. Because some people can have all the previous criteria of caring for you and wanting to be there, but they just don't have it in them to be capable of dealing with your problems. So again, appreciating kind of where we're at and where everybody else is at, and whether or not they can help us is, you know, we got to have grace for that as well, not just ourselves, but for others under this season. So we're going to get into it with our tarot reading. We're going to start with some oracle cards like we do. And then we're going to get into our tarot spread. Personal readings are still available for me if you're interested. There's a link down below, or there's my email address down below. You can hit me up that way. Have a little chit chat and book you a reading. If you have me on the socials, you can message me there as well. Cheers to you if you're having a little sip this morning. Okay, so let's see what's popping. We're going to start with the Crystal Oracle deck and see what kind of energy comes up for the new moon Capricorn with the earth element. We're going to be working with the earth element today. Now is a great time to call in your guides, light your incense, and get everything ready. We are going to get started here. Okay, so focusing on health, wealth, and that kind of stability that comes with the ambition of the earth element. So looking for that kind of power, you know, to have control of our freedom and our sovereignty, our vessel, even our thoughts, our creation energy, having the freedom and the resources to create and to put ourselves out into the world. A lot of strength coming off of that energy, and I like it. Where my manifestors at? It's a great season for manifesting wealth and abundance. We're going to have programs and all kinds of things coming out this year, so stay tuned if you're interested in manifesting as a group or aligning to your divine feminine power, activating your potential, your gifts and talents. Okay, and evolving beyond our oppression, be it self or exterior forces oppressing us. That's what the programs this year are going to be about, okay? About that kind of evolution, to take it up to the next level. If you're ready to take it to the next level, good, because we are too. Please forgive my wet hair and my white t-shirt today. Just trying to dry my big mane of curls off today. I'm trying to do natural hair, but it's a lot. It's a lot of hair. Okay, bottom of the deck, we've got growth with aventurine. Beautiful grounding stone. Aventurine is a green stone. It's really, I was gonna say nice. That's such a lame way to describe it. It's a really beautiful grounding energy, aventurine, if you like to work with the stones. But growth is what it's all about. You know, we want to grow our health and our wealth and our power, our abundance, our prosperity. And I love that. Getting into Capricorn season, it's a no bullshit kind of energy, which makes sense because we're going to go into Aquarius soon, and Aquarius is definitely a no bullshit kind of energy as well. Okay, we got our card, but on the bottom of the deck, we have divine connection with amethyst. This is coming through as a very ancestral kind of energy, telling you that your ancestors are with you, behind you, and guiding you. That you do have divine connections that you can tap into to give you guidance, structure, and just support. You know, that kind of help that you really do need, be it resources or emotional support, mental support, you know, knowledge and understanding. Really powerful, and we like that. Excuse me. And our card for this reading is going to be chlorite with healing. We're really tapping into that Reiki energy. If you see that there, that's beautiful. So when we talk about earth, the element, we're always going to talk about the physical body and its healing process. This is feeling very spiritual though. I mean, there are many of us going through ailments, physical ailments right now, be it a cold, a broken limb, you know, all kinds of things. But for the collective, this is coming through as a spiritual healing process where the connections between two physical bodies reach enlightenment, healing, alignment, activation, evolution, all the things. So again, letting you know that in the spiritual realm as well as in the physical realm, you do have the kind of support that you're looking for right now, which is great. And I love under amethyst on the bottom of the deck, we do have the earth element. So that's that money right there, you know, that's that whatever it is that's needed. Okay, physically in your life, whatever it is that's needed, allow for this healing process. Allow others to come in and give to you, to fill your cup, to grease your wheel, to, you know, whatever it is that you're needing, because we all kind of need something right now. Again, I'm getting that Hunger Games kind of feeling where each team needs something, you know, and it will be provided by the universe, but the allowing is key here, because you can't have somebody come in and heal your physical vessel, your physical resources, your physical home if you do not unlock the door. Like no contractors getting in if you're not home to let him in. And that is the message, okay? So very much so, we do have some supportive healing physical resources coming to us, but we do have to allow for them, okay? So lining up. Okay. And for our oracle deck today, bit of a different one, but I like it. We're going to use the Animal Spirit Oracle. Wild Unknown. What is this deck called now? And without even starting, the crocodile's coming out in reverse. And I use the reversals in this deck to describe an exterior force. So an onlooker. We will be taking this card, an onlooker. A very patient, very quiet, subtle onlooker, which means there is an observation going on in your world right now. You're being observed in a very positive way. It does feel like you're a little on guard. Spiritually, you've probably felt said onlooker or had the feeling that you're sort of being observed or watched, which, you know, can put the shadow on alert, which also speaks to a little bit of shadow work that needs to be done here. So we bat away all kinds of help all the time. We kind of get in our own way in that aspect. And it's a, you know, it's a human behavior. Humans do it all the time. And here at this collective, we do that. We can bat away things because we're in a place of protection, preservation, self-preservation. We are very emotional. We're very open as divine feminines, but we have been through it. We have been abused. We have caused pain in others. And in that, we step cautiously now. Okay, so this is letting you know that said onlooker has an eye on you for all the right reasons. This is something that you need, somebody that you need coming in for you. So no real warnings or anything like that there. I mean, you know, step the way that you would step authentically, but keep in mind that if you're feeling a little prickly sometimes, like where your senses are kind of prickling up, it's probably because of something like that. We're gonna get one more to two more to come out with that croc and give us a little bit more information before we get into our tarot card spread and really start to dive in and break this down. Earth element, New Moon Capricorn for the collective. Oh, and it's stuck right to my hand. Okay, and then on the bottom of the deck, the Panther in reverse. Ooh, that's a bit of a nasty, sort of got a feminine, but not necessarily for all of us. The root of this problem, and this is a problem, the root of this problem is a feminine issue, but this could easily be a male. figure in your life that has this issue with you. This is yet, I would say, another onlooker, but no. You know, here we have someone keeping an eye on you because of what they can give you and the connection that you guys are about to have in the near future. Here, on the other hand, we have somebody who has a bit of a problem with you. There's an issue, there's conflict. It could be something really simple that's being blown way out of proportion. You know, it's emotionally driven, which is why I'm saying it's a feminine thing, even if it's coming off a man. So I see this sorting itself out, but there's going to be a bit of a process to this one. So if you're having conflict with somebody at work, which, you know, I can really feel it coming off the collective. It's like my fucking boss or my fucking manager, you know, my peer, this person's always getting in your way. And that's how you see it. And from their standpoint, it's like they see it too, but not as clearly because they are the problem. So they're looking at you like you're the problem. The second card that we got, because that was bottom of the deck, the second card we got to come out for this reading is the Buffalo upright. So there you are, rooted and grounded in all of your ancestral stability. It's a very earth-driven energy, the buffalo, where the crocodile is the water element. The buffalo is the earth element. So once again, the protection here is top-notch because whoever it is that's observing you is going to come in and give you the resource you need to sort of get out of these petty, low-frequency, very dense sort of atmospheres of people. So there's a density around you right now that's being cleared. And if you see all of the thunder, lightning kind of energy, it's like the buffalo is very stable through storms and weather changes and earthquakes. And so this feeling has energy has a little bit of like a natural disaster kind of feeling to it, where you are, you know, just 100% where you need to be when you need to be there. So not worried about you in this energy whatsoever, but there seems to be something going on here. Be it, again, a healing around money, because this is coming down to somebody coming in to physically help you kind of upgrade, take the next step, clear something so that you can move on. Like there's a huge leveling up going on here for you physically in the physical world, money, health, wealth, you know, home. So looks like somebody's getting in their own way, which is fine because it ain't you, so I ain't concerned. You know what? I'm concerned with you, baby, because that's what I come here for. If you're not part of the collective, man, like, what do you want me to do? I can't save everybody. We can't save everybody, and that's a really hard truth to live with fundamentally, because that Christ consciousness, ultra compassionate Pisces energy that we just all rock here so hard, regardless of our sun sign or anything like that, what's in our birth chart, we've got that Christ consciousness, that compassion, that open-hearted energy. But somebody starts taking swings and stuff like that, it's kind of like, hey, you know, you made your bed, baby. I just got the fuck out of the way and watched you completely self-destruct. So there's an energy of somebody wanting to kind of drag you down with them here, bring you into their nonsense, and it just doesn't seem like you're having it. Again, for those of us who it's a little bit more of a challenge here, the amount of ancestral protection and guidance is, you really are going to have to like work to stay in your own way on this one. And that's what this person is doing. So watch the example playing out in front of you. Do not become the example of the lesson playing out in front of you, okay? And then there's a great message coming through about that Jesus, Christ consciousness kind of energy, which is have grace for somebody when you do recognize their foolishness, because everything comes full circle, you know, and that person could be along your path again many moons down the road, and you don't want to have any kind of shame or regret or karmic clearing that needs to be done down the road if that person does circle back around. Sometimes, I don't know if this has ever happened to you before, but that specific person won't circle back around, but an archetype of them will. And the lesson will continue to play out until one or both parties kind of like moves on. So there's this leveling up that's happening that feels very video game like, where it's like, You can repeat the level if you absolutely insist, but I'm telling you, it's not going to change their outcome. You know, that person needs to, as player 2 to your story, that person as player 2 in your story and player 1 in their own has to make their own choice, because in their world, they are player 1 and you're player 2. So there's nothing you can do to change their perspective. I'm kind of feeling for somebody out here. There's a little bit of a intensity, a little bit of a darkness to that energy. Lots and lots of shadow work being done. It's common. It is very common with this kind of like dark femme. It's a bit of a fire energy going on there. So our fire can get all kinds of out of control within the physical realm. You understand? And that's kind of what's happening around you here. So just let somebody do what they got to do. Get out of the way. You know, don't stand in somebody's way while they're self-destructing. Just be there, supportive, like triage, you know? Triage here. Okay. It is time to pick our tarot deck. I don't know what deck we're going to use today yet. Hold on, let me think for a second here. Oh, guys. Let's see here. Okay, that's a bit of a different one, but let's do it. We're going to be using today the Archangel Power Tarot deck. Haven't seen this baby in a while, but I like it. I'm just tapping into that new moon Capricorn earth element and seeing what's popping here. We'd like to know about wealth, health, prosperity, abundance, stability, all of the things. All of the things. Let's hear it. Let's hear. There's any work to be done, where we should be focusing, what we should be doing to jump into that wealth of that next level and that power and alignment and strength of that next level. Are we trying to rush the process? No, absolutely not. We know better. We have learned the hard way that our plans come second to the divine. Okay, because when we push, oh, magicians we be. Magicians we be. But there's a grace to flowing with the natural timeline that we're in, and activating only the things that are meant for us. Okay, there's a lot of power to be had to know who you are and where you are. And when you are, I just heard. Indeed. Okay. It's been a while, so I want to give these a good shuffle. It's getting a little darker. All I can see from here is blue skies. So gorgeous. All the trees are nice and snow covered. I love that hibernation period that is winter. As you can see, we are getting back to it with the readings. We've got the time, we've got the energy. We are full of wonder and curiosity and energy, and we just want to know where to put it to make sure we're on track, doing what our job is, our duty to the species, to the divine creator. Okay, to our people and to our place. Okay. Cut this deck and see. Just got a really, really beautiful wash of relaxed energy. Very, very, very in alignment. Almost kind of like a buzzing. It's really beautiful. Bottom of the deck. Wow. The Ace of Raphael or the Ace of Water. The water element. Look at that. So beautiful, emotional. That there's nothing more direct than your emotions. You know, when your emotions want something, you want to go in a direction, you feel the connection, you know, your body tells you, oh God, I want that. There's nothing more clear, more inspiring, and more beautiful than that Ace of Cups feeling where we have a new connection. We don't want new all the time. We really don't. We might think that we do, but it's not true. We want something new only when it's absolutely necessary. And right now, that's how it feels, okay? A new direction, something absolutely necessary. Eight of Wands coming out as the Eight of Gabriel here. So this is a lot of action coming towards you very quickly. Fire is an action type of energy, and eights are all about power. So expect a very quick surge of energy, information, resources, opportunity to be coming in from the outside. So from outside of you, we have some surging of energy. It's going to be a little bit different for all of us. So for your own self, think of, you know, what you need, where you need that energy, that information, the resources, the people, and expect a shift within that area, okay? First line on that card says a great deal of activity. Indeed, a great deal of activity. So if you're at the end of your line and you're exhausted, just know one more push. One more push, and that baby is birthed. Okay. Oh, it fell so far. Oh, there's two. So we have the Two of Michael, or the Two of Swords, coming out stuck together with the Eight of Michael, or the Eight of Swords. 10 of Swords coming out together here. Not to mention the mirroring of those eights, okay? 8, 8. How many eights do you have? 2. That's how mirroring goes. So the Two of Swords, let's talk about it first. Coming off of the Eight of Fire, we go straight into the Two of Swords, which is a decision. A decision that's likely already made, but needs to be affirmed. Okay, because with the Eight of Swords, there's something mentally about this decision that's in blockage. So our central energy being the Eight of Swords, it's like the #1 message here when it comes to aligning to wealth, strengthening your health, your home life, your stability, all of those things. There's a decision that's going to need to be made here very, very soon. I don't expect this to be an easy decision to make, and why that is going to be personal. You know, that's going to be a very personal thing that you have to ask, but this is the ending of a cycle here. So be brave when making this decision, whatever it be. It's going to be around money, or it's going to be around the reason that you're at this reading in the first place. You know, that's what the decision is about. And because it's exterior forces, you'll have the information you need. This will not take long. This will not take long, okay? January 11th, I think that's like tomorrow or something. January 11th is the new moon, so this is not going to take long at all. When you're ready, that's when this question will be posed to you, you know, and you're going to have to decide. Let's keep going so we can get a little more information on that. Well, I look, you don't want to be overthinking this right now. And that's the thing. You do need to think it through. You know, the big decisions, you really should. From an honest and grounded and individual place. If you're trying to think this through in a group of people, I mean, it's going to be a lot of energy to interact with. What you really want to do is take this to your own self. Take this to your higher self. And all the parts of yourself. Shit, take it to your shadow. Take it to your inner child. Your feminine, your masculine, you know, those 5 aspects. Take it to the 5 aspects of you and see what comes up in those places. And you'll know what kind of decision you have to make. 4th card out. Judgment. Coming out as card number 20, new beginnings. Indeed. So this is why this is a difficult decision to make, and there's some mental barriers, is because there's a veil that needs to be gone through here. This is all a whole new world, baby. This is really making a decision here to step through. I mean, like central energy, there's a gate, you know, and Michael, Archangel Michael, is guiding you through that gate to, you know, free yourself from these mental barriers, because there's a blockage within you here. Upper chakras, throat chakra. There's a blockage here that's keeping you from a whole new life, a whole new beginning. I feel like it's an attachment to this sort of panther energy. There needs to be a serious healing. This could be like your mom, you know what I mean? One of those close relationships. There needs to be a physical healing happening. So if you can't do this physically with this person who's very sort of, this could be your dark aspect. It could be a family dynamic. Now we're really getting into the attachments you can't get rid of. If you can't physically do a healing with that person, you can input that energy out into the astral, the ether, the spiritual realm. You can ask your guides, the archangels, to help you out with that process, because there's nothing you can do. You can't control somebody else. You can't control the way they look at you, the way they see you, because some people see you so clearly and so valuably and, you know, so respectfully, and other people see you from this like shifted perspective of, you know, you can't control it. You cannot control it. And that's the big message there. So we're going to allow for somebody to go through their healing process, but we are no longer going to be held back when it comes to the things that we really, you know, we really believe are for us, when it comes to money, when it comes to home, the heart, the home, all of that is really coming up here. We don't want to be blocked by somebody else's blockages, and that's how that feels. Needs to be a bit of a mental clearing here. So however you ask for help and for guidance, and however you allow that, it's a great thing to do with this new moon. It's a bit of a mental clearing. We have to make this decision. We have to make this decision, I keep hearing. Okay, and our fifth card out to finish the, well, not to finish the reading, but to finish the spread before we get into our clarifiers, is the Seven of Water, coming up as Raphael here. Not only do we have a mental blockage, but we have an emotional, a bit of muck. There's a bit of muck in there. And again, you know what I mean? Whether you ask your guides, the ancestors, the archangels, creator and prime source, God, for help, this needs to be cleared up. Okay, when it comes to the money, it's a mental game, becoming an emotional game, becoming your story. Yikes. And the veil is lifting here for you in the next 2 weeks, especially in the next 24 hours, I just heard, or the next 2 days for some of us, where you can just totally shift the game. Fuck yeah. Man, eights are all about money. They're all about power, your wealth, your mastery. I mean, ooh, Nine of Cups on the bottom, letting you know that what you desire is authentic. What you desire is for you. That is the kind of light on your path. If it's an authentic desire, it's a compass, it's a direction. That's the direction your heart is pointing, where your emotional center is. You know, so trust your heart, trust the gut around some of these people, because you know there's some shadiness around you. Under the Eight of Wands, going back to the beginning of our reading, we get the Knight of Water. The Knight of Cups coming up as the Knight of Raphael. So again, you're going to need to use your heart space as your guide here. Be very cautious with people that are trying to, you know, sell you an idea. I feel like there's going to be a few, yeah, just kind of like shady characters, you know, coming in trying to pitch you ideas and stuff like that. You might love these people. You might have a whole lot of room in your heart space for them, but that doesn't mean you start waving flags for them and going on missions for them and following all of their, you know, frivolous ideas. No, you've got shit to do right now, so not getting distracted by other people's fight. Okay, you got your own fights right now, so you just got to tell people, you know, emotionally or energetically, you got your own stuff going on, and it's not all about them. And sorry, but player one versus player one in another story. You're only player one in your story. And everybody needs to respect that in others. And if they don't, that's the abuse. That's the lack of balance right there. So we might need to switch up some patterns here, change how things have always been, set some new boundaries, carve out some new paths here, okay? And allow others to expose themselves. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of people are exposing themselves for their darkest aspects, their lack of respect and love for you, which is fine. The sooner you can get on path and be where you're meant to be, the better it'll be for you, and that's what we're here for. Okay, let's see, clarifying this Two of Swords here, what this decision is all about and why it's so difficult, followed by the Eight of Swords. We've got warrior energy out here with our Knight clarifying. So it's like, where, other than mentally, you know, where are we getting really stuck here? I mean, mentally is a huge barrier, but that does feel like it's coming from, I mean, it feels like you've already made the decision, which in a lot of times in the Two of Swords, we've already made the decision. We're just finding it difficult to admit it, implement it, bring it into reality. I've got that feeling here for you with the Eight of Swords being central. This decision is a very difficult one. You don't want to hurt people. You're emotionally conflicted, but you know it's time to level up, and you know it's time to, you know, move your path, your life, your path, your purpose forward. So there shouldn't be too much conflict with that. Okay, I messed that up. So under the Two of Swords, we've got Major Arcana number 12, Perspective, or the Hanged Man. Indeed. And centrally, look at that, clarifying our Eight of Swords. We've got the Ace of Raphael coming up again. We saw him as bottom of the deck. So that's that thing. Are you ready? You know, we desire so authentically with our heart. It takes the mind a little while to catch up sometimes, and that's the key. So let's step it back here a second with our clarifier for our Two of Swords. Why is it so difficult to make this decision right now? It's not just an emotional thing. There is a huge perspective shift coming up. So for some of us, we're there. You know, we already got that enlightenment, that we understand what we're sacrificing and why. We understand what we're leaving behind. We know the cost. That's what I'm hearing. We know the cost of this decision, and we're willing to make it. Once we understand what this is really about, the authentic desires behind this energy of why we're making this decision in the first place. Why are these opportunities even coming to us? Why? As soon as we settle into our spiritual alignment and we understand and trust in our, you know, our faith, our path, all of that stuff, that's the perspective that comes in to clear things up. It's like, you know why? Because it's what you asked for, because this is who you are, because this is where you're going. So trusting the process. The sacrifice is never easy, but it's already been made here. Like, this is already done. This energy is done. For some of us, we're really in the thick of it. So for those of us who've gone through this energy and really felt it, you know, supporting the collective, supporting those who are a little bit behind us in this race, because it's not a race. It's not about timing. Time is a very fluid concept, getting ever more so by the day. So centrally here, waiting for that emotional inspiration if and when we need it. A lot of us are brave, kind of crazy, and we've already taken the leap here. And if not, and you're looking for that emotional support, just know that it's incoming for you. Okay, you're going to have that clarity and that understanding to be able to make this decision very easily, and you'll feel the click. This is what the, you know, the perspective shift of the Hanged Man is. It's that click. It's when things finally click into place. A little bit of a hermit energy coming up here too. Might need to spend some time out of your social circle, take some time off work, whatever it is, to be there for yourself through this process. Okay. Let's clarify. Under Judgment, we have the High Priestess, another major arcana. I just want to get that final card out here before we continue. And I'm having a look at the board, just trying to see if there's anything else that we have missed. Yeah, I do feel like somebody has the opportunity, someone who's really triggered by you, who has a lot of challenges. You might have had a lot of challenges with them as well, but somebody has a big opportunity for healing here, and alignment in their own lives. Okay. That's a big stack. We're just going to put it away. Okay, but here, let me just make sure I didn't lose any more. Another major arcana. Wow. With the Lovers to finish this off. And on the bottom, more major arcana with 14, Solution, which is Temperance, Archangels, the guidance, the support that you need. Like, this is massive amounts of support and healing coming in. So I love that, because once again, with this Panther on the bottom, you're not the only one who needs this healing. Somebody is highly, highly affected by you, triggered by you. I do feel like it's their fate. It's their destiny to do so. I don't think it's your fault. I don't think there's anything you did to, trigger this person on purpose. I think it's just a natural dynamic that you have to deal with. And here's the why of it. I think you've known for a long time that it's your time. It's your turn. It's your time to level up, to go through, to cross through. And the only thing that's kept you back is waiting to see if you can help someone, waiting to see if you can bring them with you, waiting to see if they're going to sort their shit out and come with you, make the decision to come with you. But time is up. Okay, so you're at the point now where you're going to make the decision for yourself. You'll feel that influx of support, emotional support, where the heart space opens and everything feels like through the veil we go, because it's time. And you absolutely will know. Look at you in the High Priestess energy here, clarifying this new beginning. The divine feminine is usually ahead of the curve when it comes to intuition. And that's what you've got going on here, regardless of whether or not you're female or male or how you identify. Okay, this is a strong feminine energy here guiding you through this portal. So, and then finally, to finish off the reading, we have our Seven of Water, which is really about kind of not being clear emotionally. And we already know with the Two of Swords, and the Eight of Swords centrally, we're not really clear mentally, which is why this is happening. Okay, the Lovers is the decision in love that needs to be made. So be it with your people, your partner, your job, your home life. These are the things nearest and dearest to us that affect the heart space, which is why the mind and the heart must come together to make these type of decisions, to make it feel in alignment, to make it feel like power. Okay, that's the thing. It's taking control of what can be controlled. So don't be afraid. You don't have to be afraid. You're very supported. And so are the others. It's not your job, your duty, and your responsibility to make sure other people show up at their life points, like at that point on their life path that they're supposed to. That's their job and their responsibility. And all you can do is be there from the outside as player two. Like, how the fuck is Luigi helping Mario at all? He's not. Mario does level 1 and then Luigi does level 1. Like, he can't just show up and be like, go this way. The only thing that person can do is sit and observe, have a conversation about their tips and tricks. And you need mutual respect. You need mutual respect to be able to hear someone and to be able to understand someone from a lot of different ways. If you want to pick up any of their lessons, if you want to be able to take any of their advice, and you can't control that in other people. So when it comes to your money and your health and your abundance and your prosperity, there's a mental barrier here, and typically that's what it is. When it gets more serious, it's because that mental barrier from way back still has not been sorted out. So you want to look at some of your kind of things that are coming up in your mind repetitively, whether you're noticing certain scenarios in shows or you're feeling mentally exhausted around certain people. I feel like when it comes to the collective, we're pretty self-aware. You're going to know where this decision needs to be made and why it's feeling so, destructive, or it's feeling so devastating. I even feel devastation. Like, oh, guys, come on. You really can't control whether or not somebody else is going to see the light, You got to go through at this point, and you know it too. And that's probably what's causing some of this sort of these heavier emotions and these bigger things to deal with. So the solution, bottom of the deck, it tells us the solution is coming, especially for the exterior forces that tend to be more in your way than they are helpful. Okay, so when you are supported, when you are guided, and when it's your time, other people can either jump on your coattails and come for the ride, or they can get the fuck out of the way, because there's not a lot of options for you or for them. You can't really save them. You can't turn around and stop your cart once it starts moving. That's the truth, because you're not the one moving it. You know, this is a huge amount of power behind you, and you can only go so far in ignoring it. When you're supposed to be somewhere on your life path, at a certain point, you're going to be there. And that's just how she goes. Okay, we're going to leave that one right there. New moon in Capricorn, earth element is all done. The ether element with the collective reading is also up. If you want to check that out, we'll have the rest of the elements up ASAP here, but keep checking back if you want to follow through this moon cycle with all of the elements like we do. I have no idea what element we're going to do next. Possibly air. I'm feeling very air-like. And I might actually sit down and do that one after breakfast. We shall see. But I'm going to leave that one right there. If you need anything from me, hit me up, email, hit me up in the comment section, on social media, however you like to do it. Until next time, keep it light, keep it all the way tight. And I will see you on your next reading.